welcome to the show.
This guy got a mistletoe belt on.
Gosh, that is bad.
The whole plane smells like weed.
Those were the days.
It's a joke, you idiot. Looked in the mirror, I'm like,
Good old innocent fun. Welcome back, everybody, to Troublemakers, the podcast where each week we bring on a guest and they tell crazy stories about their lives. I'm your host, Dylan Krasinski, coming to you from a beautiful night, frigid, here in Astoria, Queens. With me, as always, is my wonderful co-host, my number two in the blue, Mr. Ray Zawodni, everybody.
oh, Dylan, number two in the blue. I am. But it sounds like a shit reference, but
It is.
But thank you so much for that lovely introduction, and more importantly, I want to thank everybody that's been checking out Troublemakers podcast. Whether you've been watching the full video episodes on our YouTube, checking out those shorts, checking out those reels, sharing them with your friends, or our audio listeners, we appreciate you as well. And those listening to us on Apple Pods and on Spotify, you could do us a huge favor to really help us out, and that is leave us a rating and review out there. And if you're going to leave us a rating, we ask that you leave us a 5-star rating. Anything less will just really fucking piss me off, if I'm being completely honest with you. If I go out there and I see a rating less than 5 stars, I'm going to tell my older brother, and he's bigger than I am, and he works with his hands, and I'll fucking send him after you. So my brother's going to beat you up. That's what you want. That's what you're going to fucking get. Anywho, Dylan, we got a very special guest on the podcast today.
Hot guest today, returning guest. Dude, I will say, your threats are sometimes so aggressive, and then sometimes they're...
Did you have a lot of high school listeners on the show or something? Like, who are you scaring there?
Dude, that is the voice of our returning guest, Mr. Kyle Legacy, everybody.
Fucking sound bites galore, aren't we? I love it. Ring a ding ding, you've got the king. Thanks for having us. Good to be back. Riff Co-star, the great Barrier Riff, is back.
What I tell
Matt
you,
Riff.
What I tell you? Oh, Matt Riff.
Fuck Matt Riff. For the boy, if you say you're doing comedy for the boys, you're not one of the boys. All right.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
true.
I don't think, is he doing comedy for the boys?
That's what he says, yeah.
No, dude, he's doing it for the
exactly.
ladies, and there is no problem with that.
Yeah,
you know?
you're damn right.
Listen, listen, people hate on him, but if I could have his career, I would take it in a heartbeat. Are you kidding me?
Oh, my Lord, yeah.
Doing stand-up
know.
in...
Yeah, sure.
Ray, you wouldn't? You wouldn't
I don't
want
want
to
be anybody but
You wouldn't
me.
take his abs.
No, dude.
You wouldn't take that chiseled jaw, dude.
I'm wearing a fat suit. I'm prepping for a role, Kyle. I'm actually jacked under
Nutty
here.
The
Professor Free.
Nutty Professor.
The Nutty Professor 3, the white knight. It's the all white version.
Clumps her back again.
Yeah. Well, somebody was just telling me I didn't watch Matt Rife's new special, but the irony of it is, I guess at the end he mic drops after saying, "Did you watch it?" I didn't watch it.
Nah.
But I guess what happens is he mic drops at the end of it, and he goes, "But I guess I'm just a crowd work comic," and drops the mic because I guess he did mostly material. And then right after that, it cuts to black, and then the credits are him doing crowd work. It's like, what are you trying to do? I gotta go watch it to confirm that's true.
I mean, I got no beef on that because I'm a crowd work guy anyway. I riff,
Sure.
you know what I mean? So it's like I don't really have jokes or whatever. So I always say jokes of a cruise ships and pussies. But so I riff a lot as well. So I get that. And being in great physical shape myself, you know what I mean? I can relate.
I do jokes, but I've never done a cruise ship, so
I guess you're a
God
pussy.
damn it, Kyle.
You're a hack without the money.
Holy shit.
No, I just can't read and write. That's all it is.
No, but it's yeah. I mean, I don't give a shit what people do on stage, but it's funny. Like, if you're gonna be the guy, be what you are. Like, what the fuck,
Dude, I would take
yeah.
his chiseled jaw in a second, dude. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
he just
yeah.
gets to go up there.
Sounds like you want to take his load on your chiseled jaw. Jesus Christ.
Listen, I mean, you know.
I'm gonna come.
Goddamn right I am, dude.
There we go. I've been
He's
waiting
gonna
for that.
come. You know what I mean?
That's
All
a tax
right.
write-off now. We used it.
Dude, we're paying the big man residuals all the way through 2024 once he gets elected again.
He is a sick puppy.
He's coming. He's coming.
From prison. What happens if he's in prison?
Nah, he won't be in prison, dude.
He won't be in prison.
No
no.
way, dude.
That's the funniest thing that people do now is they say that certain politicians are going to be in prison. It's like, he's going to go to jail. And I'm like, no, nobody's going to jail.
He'd have to have Secret Service, people living in jail with him in it, because
I
they
think
have protection
basically.
the whole time. Imagine that.
Yeah, dude. I don't think. I come to think of it, I don't think any major politician has ever gone to jail or prison ever in the history of the United States.
They own the jails in a
Dude,
roundabout way.
No one from Chicago ever went to jail. Trump's not going to jail.
Yeah. That's
Hillary
true,
didn't go to jail. Trump's not going to jail.
Because you wouldn't want that if you're the Secret Service, you wouldn't want that gig, would you? No. You want to be like Kevin Costner bodyguard, not like fucking Shawshank Redemption. You know what I mean? You want to be like, he's doing press conferences in the back, somebody's getting raped or whatever. You're like, this is move the camera or something.
Just sitting there with his hands.
I know.
Dude, they're going to reopen
the prison
Alcatraz.
riots behind them, yeah.
Alcatraz, he'd just chill there by himself.
Lord.
In Pennsylvania, where I'm from, like on the outskirts, it's like definitely like huge Trump country, and they have a Trump house. So it's a house just decorated with all Trump stuff, like like they decorated for fucking Christmas. And one of the windows, it has bars on it and a picture of Hillary Clinton behind it.
Oh my God, I love that. I feel like World Star haven't done an exhibition on that house, have they?
I think it's crazy that
no black people are going to that house.
Yeah, oh no. Yeah.
They're like, is this Halloween? Oh, no, it's May. What are we doing?
That's crazy. That house is the white place to be. I'll tell you that for free.
It's so strange to have that type of fandom for like a political. I think it's the lamest.
Dude,
thing
we've
ever.
said it. I mean, Trump is the closest thing to like a sports franchise. No other politician, even musicians, don't get the amount of... Dude, can you imagine the president of the United States selling merch? Any other guy, nobody's selling merch like
he
him.
wasn't a great president, but he was a fucking great hat salesman, wasn't he? I'll tell you that for free. You know what I mean? Like, red's a tough look to pull off, and especially with racism on it.
It's not a good-looking
merch
hat.
game was insane. That merch, like...
It was, dude. Can you imagine selling how much money he must have made on hats of Make America Great Again hats?
Because was he actually printing them? I thought it was like other people doing it. He actually commissioned to print them himself.
He was printing them himself in the beginning.
That's sick. I love that.
So Kyle, the you gave us this sticker of you, and it's your head imposed over LeBron James' body, which is you doing a bit, right?
Yeah.
Donald Trump sold trading cards of himself with his face over like superhero like cartoon bodies, and it like just wasn't a bit. And they like sold out on TV and shit. Like,
but he was selling them thinking they were cool. I thought he was buying them because they were funny or whatever. That's so.
Speaking of, is this technically considered blackface?
I don't know. Let me stop you right there. And you might want to zoom in on that stick in the chest. Fucking Jamal's listening to this. He's getting fucking aggro. But you can't do blackface, but you can still do black body. Apparently, nobody said nothing. You can do a bit of black elbow. You can do black shin. It's just once it goes above the neck, that's when you're doing something a bit weird. Yeah.
That's when it's bad.
Yeah. Because I was thinking LeBron's face on my body, but then I was like, well, nobody even knows what my body looks like. I guess. So it's like,
well, dude, actually, speaking of last time you were on, I mean, this is still, I'm assuming, your goal. You have that podcast called I Want to Meet LeBron James.
You're damn right. Yeah, I do, yeah.
Have you had any success? Have you gotten any closer?
So after last year, I kicked off the trip in New York. I was in Boston and LA. I was close. I was like in licking distance of the king. All right. Like I was so close. I had a sign. I think I was like, came all the way from Liverpool to see LeBron. We had another one. It was like the Queen had just died, so it was like the Queen is dead. I came to see the King and stuff like that. Like funny one.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Like even on Monday the other night we had I was like, don't worry, LeBron, your hairline's worse than mine. So we always do like a funny one, and then the other one's like a Make-A-Wish one. Like I was like, oh, my nan's dying wish was for me to meet LeBron. It wasn't. She hated black people. But, and he was coming through the tunnel, you know, where like the tunnel is, and you can run to the side and when they're going back in the locker room. So I'm there, and I got my sign, Liverpool top front to sign, and he just walked towards me, and it's like me and a few kids, and I'm going nuts. So he's looking at me, and like. My voice I just blew it. My voice broke. Like, literally, I was like, it's the king! It's the king! And my friend was like, what the fuck's wrong with you? I was like, I don't know, lad. Like, literally. So it was like, that was like closest I've ever been. And I couldn't be, but I was like fucking shaking and everything. Like, that was mad, yeah.
Oh, dude.
So you would be starstruck over LeBron?
I didn't think I would be, but I mean, I fucking was. Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, I don't know if it was like the combination of alcohol and drugs I was on or whatever. I don't know, but yeah.
You
it
melted,
was like,
dude.
Yeah, literally, and it sliced me in half. My head fell off. Like, it was fucked. It was crazy. And then now, if I do meet him, they'd be like, aren't you that fucking pussy? And I'm like, yeah, sorry, lad. Yeah. My nan's dead. Cut me some slack. She wasn't dead, but...
She loved you.
Yeah.
LeBron, Nan loved you.
She thought you were a French baker, but that's your name, so don't blame her.
You think there's anybody else that you'd be like starstruck from meeting besides LeBron?
I mean, could I've met like kind of big comedians, stuff like that, Russell Brand and all that back in the day, which is a terrible shout out now, but sounds like I'm an accomplice or something.
No way, dude. What was he like? I bet he was cool as hell.
So he got me a blowjob from a porn star, you know, Anita Albright.
Yikes.
Yeah, on the TV show.
Really?
So season 1, Brand X, episode 3, if you can find it. I'm in the studio audience before I done comedy. I was like 20 years old. I was lifeguarding at Six Flags, Hurricane Harbour. Like fucking me lifeguard. It was like it was easy, just pulling out midgets, whatever, shaking them off. It's all like I was on the slides, so you can't even drown. And then I went to this. It was like I signed up to like Jimmy Kimmel, went to live tapings, and one of the other things was like go watch Brand X in Burbank. So me and my mates went. We were hammered on the way, and then in the audience, he was like doing something about like people giving blowjobs, and he said he wants a blowjob. I was just like, boom, straight away. And he's like, get up here. And then he found out I'm from Liverpool, so he's like roasting me because he's English as well. You know what I mean? So he's roasting me for all that. And then he was like, he wants to give this guy a blowjob. And then some woman puts her hand out, Anita Albright. If you look her up now, she's fucking slamming. Like I had her in her prime, 2012. Like, but
Anita Albright.
2012.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We don't.
Anita Albright.
We don't want to hear fucking 11 years.
You'll recognize her face. I mean, you'll lie and say you don't, but you fucking will.
Okay.
Well, you typed in. Now it's coming up with some old senator.
Yeah.
Anita Albright.
Hold on, Anita.
Which I don't know.
Anita Albright.
I don't know if you take a beach from.
Ooh, yikes!
Just
a lot of old
just
ladies
type
coming
it in
up.
Was it
fucking
Anika? Is it
Anika.
Anika? Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
There we go.
Anika. There we go.
We're
You
getting
don't
there.
even-
Oh, you got your.
Oh, and
word.
the first tab seems to be bookmarked. That's a coincidence. That's a coincidence.
Whoa, Kyle! I think you were in that picture too.
Oh my God, dude! Thank God.
They went from 0 to 100 with the images that came up initially.
for the pod, have you?
It says, "Welcome back, Dylan."
For any,
Resume watching.
Were you the last guy that still subscribes to porn sites?
that's so
You
funny.
pay
that
$6
is.
a month.
Dude, for anybody who's listening, it's not like I'm putting it up on the video version, but for everybody who's not the three of us in this room, the first picture that comes up of her is just her legs spread wide open.
No, that was the second one.
That's
The other one was
the one that got away, ran away, I believe.
the other one was a giant dick in her.
Oh my God, dude!
That was the first one.
Well, that's exciting, dude. She's very attractive.
Yeah, and then
She's a babe.
So she was slamming, and it's like, because I was like 20, I was like kind of recognized her, but I didn't. It would all happen so fast, and then they were like, "Who wants? Do you reckon we give this lad get a blowjob with this lad?" They all have these little buzzers under the seat. It's like a game show part of it, and they all vote. And I'm like, the people have spoken. He's laughing. They name the episode after like one of my quotes, and we go backstage, and they take the camera crew, so they're like there. She's on her knees. I get my pants down straight away, so she's like, it's in her mouth for like maybe like 10, 20 seconds or something like that. And then like somebody in the studio audience, some old ladies, like, oh, this is weird. We can't do this. He's underage. We're all watching. So I just grab the camera and I'm like, don't you worry about me. I'm fine. I like grab it. She's still there. And then the camera crew, they stop it off. And then they go, and then, so it was like in a mouth for like fucking 10 seconds. You know what I mean? I was 20. I only needed another 10 seconons. And I was fucking sliming a Nickelodeon style. You know what I mean? But, and then afterwards, I was like, oh, do you want to come to, we got a frat party. She was like, no. No.
Oh my!
She's like, I'm going to the clinic just from the sight of it.
Yeah, that's
dude.
wild.
She's going to hang out with Russell Brand after that. You're like, hey, do you want to come
he
meet my
definitely
buddies
banged it, yeah.
and have
Sure.
a natty ice? You want to get some natty lights, dude?
Room temperature. They've been in the trunk the whole day. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we just brought them in, but if you give them we're gonna wrap them in a wet paper towel, put them in the freezer. They're gonna be good to go in a couple minutes.
I met so many people. I met Terry Crews. He came in when I was lifeguarding.
Oh.
Like proper, like classic. He's in Speedos as well. Like
course,
with his
yeah.
family. Speedos, massive.
Did he get sexually assaulted there too?
By who?
By you, dude. You're like, get over here, Terry. You're flicking his
No,
nipples.
you don't know that about Terry Crews?
Yeah,
I know, but I mean, that's
Yeah.
so it's stupid. I don't know. I
Wait.
feel like.
Did you?
Yeah, he's the one who cried. Didn't he cry on like Ellen or something like that?
Something like
Who
that.
hasn't
whatever.
cried on Ellen?
Yeah, I don't know.
But that might be the steroids.
Yes,
they
it's
do weird
possible.
stuff to your body. Yeah.
Very
And
possible.
Then, as I was pushing him down the slide, I was like, hold on, white chocolate, don't want you to melt. And then pushed him down like that. So I got like the last laugh. Yeah.
Dude, so you fucking did you finished, right? Is that what you said? Did you finish with this?
No. It was like, let's say, like 10 seconds. Like, nobody really knew what was going on, but I was just like, shoved it in there, really, to be honest.
Did you chub up pretty quick?
Oh, yeah, I mean, like, yeah.
Really?
I mean, I'm 20, so it's like, I can still get fully hard, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh man.
yeah.
I was thinking like now, you know, like in my 30s, I'd be like, fuck, I got performance anxiety. Are there cameras there? Do I look fat? You know.
Oh, you went at that point, yeah, you went in
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
it was
20
like,
I would've been.
Like they opened the window and a bit of wind hit me, and I was like fucking ready to go. You know what I mean?
20, I would have been hard just talking to Russell Brand, let alone somebody putting their mouth on my wiener.
Exactly.
Oh my god! What I want to know immediately after, once the cameras go away, what is like did you have a conversation with her afterwards, or was she just like, "All right, see ya"?
With her, not so much, because I guess like she sat back down, I sat back down, then they filmed a bit more, like the ending, the goodbye, whatever and shit, and then it's like stopping and starting. It's not live, is it? So I was speaking to Russell Brand for a bit afterwards and stuff like that. He was just like, "What are you doing here? This is random," and all that stuff, and I was just telling them. And like I was there trying to crack Young Hollywood. I signed up to like an extra acting agency. So if you look back in 2012, like NCIS and all that, I'm in the background with my afro. Just walking by like that. Just stoned as fuck. Cause they like the look, you know what I mean? I had a big afro then. So I was talking to him about that and stuff. And then he gave me like an email to email. I emailed, but nothing came of it or something. But I was like, I didn't really know what I wanted to be. I was just doing it because you're in LA, you know what I mean? Hollywood.
Dude, that is wild.
Yeah, it was sick. Like, it was good. And then I met Kelsey Grammer that same trip as well.
Oh, dude.
You know, Frasier, yeah.
I
I
love
sick.
Frasier.
I know.
You had a little Frasier, a little Terry Crews, Russell Brand, and a porn star. I mean, that's the quadruple.
That's my starting five. That's what I'm rolling with. Put that against any team. We'll fuck our way out of it.
Oh my god! I bet Terry Crews has a huge penis.
Oh, you
That's
better
massive,
believe.
I bet.
But yeah, he's last. I'm first off the bench with Anita, and then he's closing fourth quarter.
Yeah, dude. He's a relief pitcher.
And
He's
if he-
coming in and shutting it down.
And if he doesn't have a fucking rod on him, that's a cruel joke.
Oh yeah. Oh
That's
yeah.
fucked up for
I mean,
that guy.
I feel like in White Chicks you could see it, could you? Like in the Speedos, didn't he have a massive bulge? I feel like.
My dad loved that movie for some reason. Yeah, he was fucking always just watched it. Like, you know, not
I
like
mean, it was hilarious, though. Really.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, well,
when he's doing the fucking making my way down.
yeah. He still does that now when they put him on jumbotrons. He always does that. It's like everybody just knows him for that. And what's that other role where he was Cheeseburger Eddie?
Yo, that's a
In
funny
Longest
role.
Yard. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah.
I got
Dude, I
the
just
shakes that'll make you quake.
I just rewatched that like 2 weeks ago. It holds up. That's a
Oh,
great
yeah.
Adam Sandler movie. One of his last true great movies.
That's somebody.
That's true.
I don't know if I think about who I would be, and again, like doing stand up and shit. You do get to meet like famous people, and you're not as starstruck because like I feel like the like circumstance that you're in, like you're kind of doing the same.
If you're in the
shit
same
that-
green room with them, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're both doing the same job,
And it's
aren't
like
you?
granted they're famous, but it's like act accordingly, and like you don't feel that way. But like I think Adam Sandler, even though he was a stand-up comedian, he'd be a guy that was like so fucking like formidable in my childhood that I would be fucking nervous as hell. I'd be like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I think
he'd
so,
shake
too.
me,
I mean, if he rocked up with like to basketball, you know the way sometimes he rocks up basketball in his baggy shorts and all that,
Yeah.
I would probably be like, actually, no, I'd want to guard him, actually. I feel like with comedians, I don't know, because
You'd lock 'em down.
I've got a big ego. I think I'm funnier than everybody. I mean, you got to, and it's to a sense, haven't you? You know what I mean? So I would be like, yeah, I'd be like, I'm funny to this guy or whatever. You know what I mean?
I had it. The one person that like left me speechless was when I met Mike Tyson.
Oh, yeah.
That was I told you about that. That
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
he met him. Tell him where he met him.
I did. I was like emceeing back in like my home club in Pittsburgh for Tom Segura. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it was like when he was still like just like coming up
Yeah.
at like his like initial like headlining run through those clubs. And Mike Tyson, he met him on the plane, came to the show, and he ended up like getting a big bit out of it about meeting Mike Tyson. And like I was like kind of like waiting to go like take a picture with him, and I have all this fucking shit prepared. I want to be like, dude, my dad.
Was you a big fan? Yeah.
Huge fan. I was like, my dad used to steal your fights because he would buy an illegal cable box.
Yeah.
Like I was so pumped up to meet him, and then I was just like, like no words came out, and I'm like shaking his hand, and he just squeezed my. He's like, just look at the camera. I was like, okay.
He's like coaching you through it.
Yeah.
That's so funny. That. I mean, because that's like you're in awe, but then also it is scary because you're like, if I say something wrong, you know what I mean? I'm dead. You know what I mean? He's gonna knock me out.
Dude, I just saw one of those. You know those kids who they do like the street interviews. They walk up to guys and they're like, "What do you do for a living? What do you? How much do you pay in New York?"
Yeah.
One of those dudes walks up behind Mike Tyson and he was like, "Mr. Tyson, what do you do for a living?" And he turns around. He's like with his kid. He's ready to knock this guy out. He goes, "Get away from me!" And then he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, dude. You don't remember me? We met last year. Blah blah blah." And he goes. And then the security starts walking up and he's like, "Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember you." And he's like, sorry, I didn't recognize you.
That's crazy. Because he's still got a bit of that craziness in him for sure.
But
And
you saw like the tiger in his eyes for a second.
Yeah.
And you were like, "Oh, shit."
Fucking hell.
Are you from like Liverpool? Are you from? Oh shit. You're a huge football, soccer fan.
I got it all.
Got all that shit.
I mean, just because it's freezing as well, but I mean, I normally just wear jerseys because you don't have to iron them.
Yeah.
No, they're
You
great.
just pull them out, they're ready to go, yeah.
The fandom there is insane. It's unlike anything else that I've seen.
I mean, going to basketball games here, it's crazy that your fans sit next to each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the home and away sit next to each other. Like that's like even walking to the stadium, you're walking in together. Like back home, like we're bussing in the away fans, we're bricking the bus. You know what I mean? On like big games, if it's like Brentford or something, no. But if it's like a Man U, Man City, Everton,
That's frequent.
yeah, that's every weekend.
Holy shit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
And they don't sit, so they sit opposite sides of the stadium.
So obviously the away fans just have one section, and that's like security all the way around it.
Wow.
Like constantly. It's nuts. Like it's full on, especially for the big games and that. Like
Have you ever traveled for a Liverpool game at like an away stadium?
I've done at Old Trafford at Manchester.
Old Trafford.
Yeah, and that was like I was just fucking graffiti and all the fucking seats
Really?
and all that sort of shit. Yeah, fuck you Manx and all that. Yeah. It's sick. Like Liverpool and Manchester's kind of like Palestine and Israel. We don't like each other. But I mean, I don't know if this is to do with football, but but it's like
I heard they got a hell of a couple good clubs down there. You know,
Crystal Palestine FC.
Dude, I just saw. Didn't they say? I saw something where the World Cup qualifier, you might have Israel and Palestine playing each other.
No way.
Dude,
No way.
They can't.
It would be
that.
wild. It would be wild.
Yeah, that's wild as fuck. That is.
To be honest, I can't imagine either country has a good team.
I wouldn't. No,
I have to imagine they're not great.
Yeah, they're all playing like barefoot or something like that, whatever. I don't know. Are we gonna head of the ball if you got no head?
Dude, oh my God. Out of all the things we say on this podcast, that's the thing that's going to get it shut down.
What's the wildest shit you've seen at like a, I mean, I don't know if you guys tailgate, right?
I mean, it's not like in the car parks like you. We just drink in the pubs nearby and stuff like that and shit, yeah.
Have you seen some like wild fucking like fights or shit like thrown through buses?
I've seen all that, like bricks through bus stops and that. This one time we were in the Arkles and it was I think it was
in the what? The where?
The Arkles. It's just a pub by Anfield. So Anfield's like the football stadium for Liverpool, and we were in the Arkles there. And normally it's all right, like away fans can come in, but this I think it was it Man U? No, it was Man U, yeah. And he was just being a dickhead or whatever. He came in trying to be big balls or whatever, and then everybody just started beating the shit out of him. And it was so funny, but then it was like it was so packed we couldn't even get him out. So we had to after we'd done beating the shit out of him, we gotta get the pub was like, you gotta get him out of here. The police are coming. So we crowd surfed him out, and he's unconscious, and people are still digging him as he's getting crowd surfed out and all that. Like people are just uppercutting him and all that stuff, and then he just gets thrown out. Yeah,
jeez.
And then it's like by the time the police came, we were all like everybody was in the game anyway. You know what I mean? Like I didn't even get a dig in. I was on the other side. I was gutted. Like it's like what the fuck. But yeah,
damn.
The only fights that I've ever seen it because I go to a lot of like American football games in Pittsburgh. The only fights that I've ever seen were between fans of the same team.
That happens.
You're so drunk you can't even recognize colours.
Yeah.
like what the fuck?
That happens a lot.
You're like, are you the other team? You're like, no, I'm just wearing the away jersey. Calm down. That's wild. There was a big fucking in Australia. Can I go there every year for comedy in Perth at the Crown Casino? That was Liverpool Man U again, because that's like the big rivalry or whatever. It was like a 3 a.m. kickoff at the time difference, so I finished at 5. Everybody's fucking ruined. Big brawl starts in the middle of the casino and shit like that. And like I'm there just trying to like grab these manx off this Liverpool fan I was talking to. I'm just getting hit. I'm like, what the fuck? And then it was like, yeah, we got like escorted out. We're all just singing. It felt like we were at the game, like You Never Walk Alone and all that. It was like by all these security fans, by all these security guards and stuff. It was fucking wild.
Dude, that is one thing I'm jealous of. I wish that here in the States we had more songs, some fight songs, dude. You guys are great with the fight songs.
Oh, every player's got a song. I mean, like, even if you've been signed for like 2 weeks, we got a song ready for you. You know what I mean? We got backup songs in case we don't get you and we get someone else. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Yeah, it's sick. Wow. And like, I was watching something at this video. I don't know, it went viral, but I don't know if you saw it. It was like football chants versus soccer chants, and then it's like, you guys are like, let's go football, let's go soccer, let's go. And we're like, your ma's a slag, your ma's a slag. You know what I mean? You're like, the refs are wanking and all that sort of stuff, and you guys are all like, probably like wholesome with it and shit. And we're just like, fuck off.
Jets. That's as creative as we get.
Really?
Yeah.
So our worst chant is probably Nunes. Like that's the basic level shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
That
like,
guy signed that
or
day.
like Liverpool. That's like our and then we have like proper songs. So for like Jota's one, it's like what's it called? He wears the number 20. He will take us to victory.
Your games are like an entire musical.
Oh
in the
yeah,
stands.
of course, and it's always covers of songs. You know what I mean? So it's like, and then we got the Mo Salah running down the wing and all that. Like, so we got like, we got so many, and then we got the classic "You'll Never Walk Alone" and all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Dude, it sounds like Broadway. It's like you guys are it's Broadway.
It's Broadway. It's Broadway where you beat the shit out of a guy and you crowd surf him out.
Yeah, you guys are just doing jazz hands, and we're playing a real sport over
we got
here.
a knife in the other.
Yeah, it's West Side Story with actual knives. That's not a prop knife. You called a dude a mank?
That's someone from Manchester. He's a Mank.
Mank.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're Scousers from Liverpool. They're Manx.
Oh yeah, Scouse, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
that dude. We did get last time we were on. We got a few comments being like, I don't even know what the fuck that guy's saying, and I'm sure we'll get the same ones this time.
You better believe, yeah.
I love that he said mank like it was an insult.
Dude, I mean,
he's like these fucking manks.
yeah, I'm like,
shit. I thought it was like a slur, and that's just what they're called.
That's just what it is. I mean, Manx scum or Mank, whatever. You know what I mean? We add whatever we need at the end of it.
Where are you living now?
So I'm back in Liverpool now. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was in Miami the start of the month, Miami and Georgia, and then my nan passed away, which fucking sucked. So I went back and. Been a rough 2 weeks, like it has. But then,
sorry to hear that, man.
Oh, appreciate
sucks,
it.
yeah.
Because like I lived with her, she raised me and all that sort of stuff. So it was sudden. Like got on the plane, she died on the flight back, like crazy. And then I had some gigs on the special and some games still booked. So my family was like, just go back for a week. It'll take your mind off it and that. And it has.
When she died on the plane, did they have to land it or?
No, I was on the plane when she yeah, that's true. I mean, I can imagine that. Like, do you guys mind if there's a dead body for the next 3 hours? Or
Yeah, we got to turn.
we're bringing out the drink cards, so
Everybody gets an extra juice.
yeah.
Drinks on her. Let's get that debit card out.
Let's start the wake now. Yeah, our buddy headlined the funeral and bombed like a motherfucker.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
that
that's
was
just
on
called
last.
giving a eulogy, actually.
I wanted to have a bit of pizzazz, you know what I mean? Because a funeral song coming in was "Oops Upside Your Head." I don't know if you know that one.
no.
Like Scouse funerals are funny. Like "Oops Upside Your Head" said "Oops Upside Your Head." Come on, oops. You know that dance where you're all on the floor. So we're coming in with a coffin. I'm in bits. I'm crying everywhere, and they're playing this. We're like, what the fuck? My uncle's decision. Obviously, we got ruled out, but.
Oh God, dude.
And then the song going out was a nice one. That was 3 Times a Lady. But she was a massive woman, so I picked that one. It was one last fat joke, one last roast for Nan.
It was when my grandfather died recently. They had the last song that they played was that I see skies of blue.
Oh yeah, dude.
And I was like, I don't even think
Lil
fucking
Armstrong.
like this song.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Oh, that would knock me out, dude. That
Would
would
it?
yeah, dude. That's you know
That's
a deep song.
A
It
tearjerker,
tugs at your soul.
That is kind of tough though. Like I don't, I might be different. I don't like I like what you did. Like they were like funny songs or like silly songs. You're still like because you're gonna be sad regardless.
Exactly.
It's like why do we need this fucking cry porn?
And
coming
that
over
was
the
one of
radio?
their favorite songs, so it's like, why not? I mean, it's not a funeral song, but why not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 'Cause it's like,
The one that fucking killed me is my grandmother's funeral. They played what the fuck is it? Oh, the Somewhere Over the Rainbow, but that fat Hawaiian guy singing it.
Oh yeah,
That's
Oh
tough.
my
that's
god.
a tough one. Yeah.
Oh,
for
buddy.
sure.
After everybody's crying, I'm like, was somebody like fart in here to break the tension? Like, I need something.
Because you're like, my nan's dead. Oh, fuck, that guy who's singing it's probably dead now as well. You know what I mean? Like,
He is. He's super
for
dead.
sure.
He's
Diabetes,
gotta
was
be
it?
dead.
And dude, he died running an ultra marathon. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude.
Yeah, he made it a half mile. he died starting an ultra marathon.
Somebody should have been like, yo, you sure you want to do this? Or
Dude, it's
this
like-
is longer than you think.
He got that Kill Bill Uma Thurman punch.
Yeah.
He made it. He made
10
it.
steps and he
made
collapsed.
it 12 yards.
That's crazy, that is. Maybe start with a regular marathon and move up to ultra. Maybe. What the fuck?
You know what?
You can't even fit your shoes on, lad. You're trying to do.
Let's try the stoop outside.
Why don't you just try working a telethon? That's what we'll do first.
Try hold a regular size guitar. See if you can do that, and then maybe carry your own fucking weight. You fat fuck.
That guitar was probably it probably was a regular size guitar. That's just how big that motherfucker was. Oh man.
Yeah, it's like Shaq holding a Coke can. You're like,
It was one of those double basses.
It was a cello.
Yeah.
Jesus. I love how he like swept the nation. He was all beloved, and nobody thought like, "Hey, maybe we should get this guy a fucking personal trainer."
I know, yeah.
Help him figure something out because years later, people like you didn't know he was dead, but you.
Yeah.
you know.
He was out of
unfortunately.
breath singing, weren't he? So, I mean, but if he was alive, if it came out now, he'd be like fucking Lizzo. They'd fucking love him. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, look at this guy. He's fat. He's happy. All that sort of shit.
Dude, did you see the video of Cardi B and Lizzo in a golf cart? And Cardi B's in the front, and I think Quavo is driving. And dude, Lizzo hops on the back, and the whole thing tips up, and the security guy goes, "All right, someone's too heavy."
Someone. I wonder. That's no, I've not seen that, but I'm watching that straight
Oh,
away.
dude,
That's
it's so funny, man.
I don't know. I think that is one of the double standards, though. I don't think that people would have said that fucking fat Hawaiian guy was brave now. Do you? Do fat dudes get that now?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't
It's fat
know.
women, and it's not fat dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My buddy Andy.
I've never once been called brave at the beach. Okay, you know?
Nobody calls me brave for fucking these fat women. I should be. I'm stuck under it like 127 hours, lad.
You're chewing your arm off.
I know, yeah.
Oh shit.
I need Gatorade. You're pissing in a bottle.
That's so.
What do you say, your buddy Andy?
Yeah, my buddy Andy used to have a fucking great bit. So I'm not gonna say his bit, but it was all about that. And he was like, nobody's like, oh, look at that man just bravely slowly breaking that chair. You know, just talking about. He's like, we don't get that. You know, no, he's
so funny.
Oh, dude, have you ever seen? Oh, dude, that is maybe one of the funniest things is a fat person doing a fat thing in public, like a real fat person. You ever seen like a fat person break a chair? Oh, it's so
Like
good.
I remember when YouTube first came out, it was like I'd just be like, fat people funny. You know what I mean? Fat people falling.
and it is a
Hilarious.
recipe for hilarity.
Oh my god.
Dude, we did a comedy show at the Grove in Astoria, and it was a really light crowd, probably like 15 people. And this bigger dude just fucking shattered a chair like right before the show started, and I was like,
You can't follow that, can you?
and dude, it was one of those things where it was too little amount of people for them to laugh at him because it would have been like fuck. So then, fast forward, I went to go see my buddy do a show. He did one of those don't tell tapings, and I'm there, and I'm sitting in a chair, and they were like kind of like flimsy chairs, and I'm like, motherfucker, am I gonna, like, because I was laughing so hard at that, I was like, is this karma coming to bite my fat ass?
Yeah.
Coming to bite me in the fat ass. And I watched the entire show squatting. Like with like my like dude, I was in pain after it, like, because it wasn't a show. Like I never go and watch like a full comedy show anymore. You go and you bullshit, but this was like his thing, going there to support my buddy. And so I'm like, I can't leave, it's not a thing I can really get up. So I am like, dude, like fucking 3-point football stance, like just like fucking my legs are trembling.
Like you could have pulled the chair out and you'd still be in the
yeah, dude, I would have been up, dude. It was the most athletic thing I've done in 15 years.
What's worse though? Somebody sees you break the chair, or somebody sees you sweating sitting down. What looks worse? You're sitting down. They don't know that you're hovering. They just think this guy is so out of shape he can't even sit down.
Well, here's the thing: is that would be a couple observant people versus everybody seeing the calamity of me bashing through that.
Yeah. It's the row versus the whole show, innit? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Did the guy at Grove leave the show, or did he watch the rest of the show?
He's a nice guy too. He walked out and like came back in and watched the whole show.
Oh, dude.
So he went out to like just set himself or whatever or something.
His like chick was there and shit too.
Bro.
That's a tough.
Don't feel too bad. He's got a girl in there.
Could have been a wake up call.
Yeah.
You know, could have been a wake up call.
It wasn't. He came in and got food, didn't he? He came in and got food.
I was gonna say, could have been a wake up call.
Yeah,
Start
you know
bringing
what?
your own chairs.
Good twist to the story. That guy, now, Terry Crews. Same guy. Hell of a turnaround. Hell of a turnaround.
Oh, shit.
That's hilarious. Man versus chair. Bear Grylls.
You know your weight is becoming a problem when you have to bring your own chair to venues.
I've legit, my friend here that I'm meeting with tonight is I met his girlfriend the other night. She's lovely, and it's my friend from uni. I hadn't seen him in years, and he's in New York. We were in New York together randomly, so he came, and he's like, if my girlfriend comes, don't make fun of her weight or whatever. She's like fat, don't roast her. I'm like, why would I do that? Like I roast of like people, you know what I mean, like fun banter. But I'm not gonna roast her. And I'm like, yeah. And he kept bringing it up. I'm like, you gotta stop. Like on text, I was like, you gotta stop mentioning it's weird. That then he comes and he's like, no, she's 500 pounds, and I was like, okay, then I flipped the script. I was like, all right, now we have to roast her. What are you on about? And then I was like, 500 pounds. You know who else is 500 pounds? The Big Show. The Big, whoa, hey, it's The Big Show.
You know who else is 500 pounds? My parents. Together.
With the couch they're sitting on, Like, so she's sound, and she's like an OnlyFans model, so she does all that. I think it's like, you know, Chubby Chasers love that sort of shit or whatever. So he's not, it's an open relationship. He lives in Germany and all that sort of stuff. But it's like, and then she came to like now I've got to like figure out like seating for hair as well. So I was like, well, she can't come to this gig because it's stools. Will she come to this one because it's a couch? You know what I mean? It's like wild,
dude.
It was insane, but she was sound as fuck. And then it's like at that point, it's like, I don't think she's sad. I think she's fucking happy as fuck.
That's
you know
great.
what I mean? It's like, you've
You're
went
like,
that far.
you know
like,
what, dude? I'm not doing any shows at beaches or parks, so she can sit on the floor. Is that good? Oh, that's tough.
Literally, it was crazy.
That's always, dude. I like have had people do that to me where you're getting ready to go to a party and you're like, hey, my friend Jim's there. Don't say anything about how he's missing his eye. Like. That's all I could fucking think about now.
Exactly.
What are you doing?
I wouldn't even say it. I would have probably been like, "Oh, she's pretty big" or whatever. But now it's like all I'm thinking. I was like, "Don't say that. Don't fucking."
Well, there's a level.
Don't do Norbert quotes. How you doing, Rasputia?
Phil's cousin was just murdered, so don't bring up any murder. I'm like, when do I talk about murder? And it's like now that's all I want to talk about.
She's getting ready to film the Nutty Professor 5 with Ray.
Yes. It's a progressive one. There's a transition scene in it.
Yeah.
It's very progressive.
No, this is Eddie Murphy, but he's white and a lady now.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's so wild, yeah.
Dude, the worst part though, have you ever had someone where people make fun of you and then your boys, and then they stop making fun of you about that thing because like when I always know I'm getting too fat when like my boys stop making fun of me for being fat. Oh fuck, you're too fat now. We can't make fun of you.
Yeah, it's like mean, isn't it? Yeah. Mine's the hairline. So my hairline, it's going like if I was in the army, I'd have to salute back here, boys. Honestly, it's fucking. I almost cancelled this gig, this podcast because it was windy. so they were roasting me, and now they've like stopped, and I'm like, fuck, it must be that bad that they're like. The comedy's gone now. Now it's like, I
got roasted when I lost like a bunch of weight, and I was like in good shape, but still like a little chubby.
Yeah,
that's when I got roasted the most.
Yeah,
and then you put weight on, and then they stop, and you're like, fuck.
I know.
I'm
that's
too fat now.
Exactly.
I gotta hit the gym.
Yeah. To get roasted again.
Yeah. I gotta get back to roastable shape.
Roastable prime weight.
Have you tried anything for your hair?
So I'm on I pay like fucking £30 a fucking month for these shampoos. I'm on this Friendistride pills and shit like that. So it's like my hair's growing back, but I can't get hard. So I'm using this to get pussy, but then I can't get hard.
Isn't that
anyway,
fucked up that those things are connected?
The whole fucking it's fuck. I mean, I still am getting. I don't take it every day. I take it 3 times a week, so that I still get hard and shit like that.
Still get hard 4 times a week.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's nice. Perfect. 4 boners a week. It's all you need,
exactly,
brother.
Yeah.
Some say the perfect amount. You know.
Yeah,
well, because I'm getting this fucking
6 is rapey, 4 is all right.
I'm getting this fucking Dracula ass widow's peak that like kind of like runs in my mom's.
Yeah,
side
but you're all right.
family.
That's fine. Yeah, it's the front, isn't it?
know.
You're still sound there, though.
But I used to have like a fucking chipmunk's hairline, dude, and I loved it. And now I'm getting this, and I was looking into like getting some of that shit. And that was like the first thing they say is they're like, well, you're gonna look good, but your dick's not gonna work. And I was like,
that's the way. Give me anything else. I'll be like, I'll vision. I'll lose a bit of vision on the last. Yeah, I'll be banging more girls that way. That's picky.
Yeah. What side effect could they give you to be like, yeah, you know what? It's not worth it. If you're like, hey, you'll have a full head of hair, but like you're gonna lose eyesight in your left eye.
It's your dick not working. It's number fucking
Dick's
1.
Not work. Could I would take. What about?
But
shrinking?
He's still doing
shrinking?
it.
Would you do it if he's like? I'd be like being 6'1". You know what I mean? Like. Which is.
I thought you meant
if you lost. Oh no!
Is your dick shrinking?
Oh, well, that's the same as not getting hard, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was thinking your whole side. Like, I would shrinks you. That's a crazy. Like,
I would lose 3 inches off of my height to make sure that I have a full head of hair the rest of my life.
Yeah.
See, I'm the opposite. I would go bald to gain 3 inches on my height.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Everybody wants what they can't have.
Yeah, but we're playing with house money over there. We're 6 foot, so
Yeah, you know, I'm 5'9" and 3/4. It's, you know.
Did you like that?
When you gotta go 3/4, you know it's
Yeah. Did you like that? I still wouldn't go below 6 feet. I was like, I'll take 3 inches off the top.
Are you 6'3", are you?
Yeah, asshole, dude.
So it's like I'll stay there.
That's
Dude,
what
I used to say on dating apps that I was 5'10" because I thought I was, and I'm really like 5'9.5", and a couple girls like called me out on it in a row. They were like,
but you measuring with socks and shoes on. That's fair, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nobody's
socks and
measuring
shoes. I'm like
barefoot,
5'10.5".
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know. But a girl I went out with was like 5'9", and she was like, I don't think you're 5'10". And I was like, no, I am. I went to the doctor yesterday. I don't know what you're talking about.
Went to the doctor for my...
and then
he weighed me too. I'm also 185.
Yeah.
And then you said,
wild.
well, I think you're only into a hookup. I'm like what you said. So let's fucking...
I'd lose vision in one of my eyes. I reckon,
For a full head of hair.
Yeah, for sure. I reckon.
We
Really?
found it, dude.
Yeah, because we could still do our job. Anything, you know what I mean? Really, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Imagine if I had an eye patch, that'd be funnier.
Yeah, then you'd have a thing.
And then you got at least you're getting at least 20 minutes out of that. You know what I mean?
Netflix,
Like,
here you come.
One leg, easy.
I might just take the fucking eye patch, period. You know, no.
Can you do that though?
I don't know.
I feel like that's like pretend to be. It's like being in a wheelchair when you're not meant to be in one.
It's like the same
Is it
thing as
really?
wearing fake glasses, I think.
Okay,
Dude,
yeah.
Ray, please, dude. I would love if you just started walking around with an eye patch.
That'd be badass.
Oh, what happens if you walked on stage, put it on, and then just done bits about having an eye, and then take it off, and then walk off?
Dude, I love the idea of going on. That's a great fantasy football, like losers punishment.
Yeah,
just have to wear an eye patch. You're like, hey, you got to wear an eye patch
For a week.
24 hours or like a week.
A week, is
And like you can't
that's
address
good.
it unless
yeah.
someone asks about it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And then you're just like, yeah, it's, you know, you can't say it's
And then
fantasy
you tell
football.
them, you give them the story to tell them as well. You
Yeah.
give them a fuck up
Yeah.
story to say like, yeah.
I think I'd lose 3.
Turns out jerking off too much. It's not an old wives' tale. I'm going blind.
Would you lose 3 fingers?
Don't look through glory holes. Let me tell you this for right now. Regardless what you hit on the other side, don't go peeking.
Mouth only.
Mouth only.
There are some pointy penises, dude.
Safest way.
Yeah.
That would be the funniest. Tell them if anyone asks, I look through a glory hole. That is so funny. That is so funny.
I love the idea of wearing an eye patch on stage and then never doing a bit about it. Just
Don't
never
address
it. And then people are just like, what the is that?
I done it
What's
ages
going
ago.
on?
I was I went on stage in rollerblades, so I'm going everywhere, but I didn't even mention it. So I'm like falling everywhere, but I didn't even say anything the whole
that's
time.
so
I
good.
didn't be like, fuck these
Dude,
blades. And all, yeah.
I remember when I was in Pittsburgh when we met.
Yeah.
When we met, that kid, I forget his name, but he went on stage. There was like a spare wheelchair in the back of the room.
Yeah.
And he went on stage in a wheelchair and like just
so-
never addressed it.
So funny, though.
My
And then he gets up and stands in there.
He's like, thank you, everybody.
Puts
Walks
the mic on the
off,
mic stand and then sits. Yeah.
folds up the chair, walks off stage.
So funny, that.
My good buddy used to want it. He was like, my dream is to go to a city where nobody knows me as a comedian, go up like dress kind of nice, and do an entire clean set, like all clean, squeaky clean, like corny-ish material, but my penis just hanging through the zipper of my jeans. And I thought, dude, he told me this idea. I could not quit laughing. He's like, and never, like, he's like, it would be like it was an accident.
Like, if people are trying to tell you, pretend they're heckling, just
Yeah.
put them down or whatever. Yeah. You're like, fuck you, your ma. And then, yeah. That's crazy.
Please stop. I'm a clean comedian.
Yeah.
Oh, my pecker's out? I don't think so. Okay, you're being a pecker. All right. Anyways, so planes are weird, and it's just like a dude's dick's hanging out. He actually used to. I think I told you this. He actually used to do that at tailgates. Like for football games. This is what we do. We don't fight or have any cool cheers.
Yeah.
But my buddy just walks around with his fucking soft dick hanging out of his and going up and talking to random.
That's some proper frat stuff, that is some proper fraternity. Like, there's a guy in the Philly game, and he was probably fucking your mate. He was like he was talking shit or whatever, and I was like, they were like proper frat boys, and I was like, Tanner, isn't it? I assume that's what that's what his name was, and I was like, because I was like talking shit, and he's like scoreboard, and I'm like history, shut the fuck up, and then I was like, haven't you got an unconscious girl to be fingering in a party, lad? Shut the fuck up, and then they were like, shut up. After that, I was like, yeah, whatever.
It's like, how does he know?
Yeah, exactly. Fuck, I know.
Yeah, true.
My dad made me the sign a disclaimer. What the?
Like, you know Molly?
Those records were sealed, okay?
That's so funny, though.
Dude, holy shit.
I'm still laughing at the fucking penis going through the eye in the glory hole. I don't.
What would your stage name be if you had the eye patch? Would you go pirate with it, or what would you do?
Dude, I would just be like, hey, I'm Dylan Krasinski.
you wouldn't
Nice to meet you.
You wouldn't be like Dylan the Eye Krasinski
No,
or something
I
like
would.
that,
I
no?
would never address it. I would do like bits that are related to like just nothing about that. I would just be like, so have you ever been at McDonald's?
Well, you'd be like, you guys be buying glasses or sunglasses or whatever. And then you're like,
I wouldn't
I'm a
mention
big
it.
Ray-Bans fan.
I wouldn't mention it, but I would keep walking into shit, and I would go to pick up my drink on the stool and like knock it over, pretend like nothing happened.
I do. I love American name. I don't know if it's. I think it's more Black Americans than white, maybe. But,
Oh, yeah.
But
I know
the
where you're
stage
going.
names are the best, aren't they? Like, I gigged with somebody, Dark Mark, and then there was a black guy in Savannah, Pork Chop. His name was big fat guy called Pork Chop. Hilarious,
Bro, there is nobody I loved more than this guy in Pittsburgh who would go to the open mics, and he went by Uncle Hustle.
black dude.
Black dude.
Yeah.
And he's wearing this long trench coat, and it's like fucking July.
Yeah.
And he's like sweating his ass off, and everybody keeps going up to him like, hey man, do you take off your coat, man? It's so hot in here. He's like, I'm good. Like 20 people go. He gets right up on stage and he just opens up his jacket and he got all this shit hanging in there. He's like, who wants to buy some crack? Who wants to buy some Viagra? His whole bit is that he is a guy selling things out of his coat. So he has all these like props hanging from his coat, right? He goes through it all and it like bombs super hard.
Oh, it bombs? What?
Oh, it fucking
what?
bombs.
You're laughing your ass off, though, obviously.
Oh, I'm fucking
yeah, you're
in
howling.
tears.
Yeah.
And it's a packed room.
But the audience are not liking it.
They
No,
did
no.
not love it. And at the end, he finishes his like spiel, and then he's like, "All right, how much time I got left?" And it's a 5-minute set or 6-minute set maybe. And the guy in the sound booth was like, 4 minutes. And he's like, What's it called? Okay. Shit, man. All right. And just didn't know what the fuck to do with the rest of the time.
He gets off stage. He's got business cards for sure.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur, comedian, DJ, actor.
Yeah, these business cards were in his jacket, dude. They're hanging
Because Legacy is my stage name, I guess. That was like a nickname growing up, so I just used that or whatever. But I wanted to be Kyle the Entertainment Legacy. I got talked out of that by my friends. I thought that was going to be hilarious. And then, like a year ago on my friend's podcast, The Mild High Club, one of the listeners couldn't remember my name, and he tweeted, and he was like, I can't remember this guy's name. What's his name? Greg Destiny. So for the whole year, it's only just finished now, on lineups, posters, Greg Destiny, everything. They were bringing me on stage like that. They all thought it was fucking hilarious. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's going to be the name of the episode.
Fuck yeah. Damn it.
Greg Destiny with Kyle Legacy.
That's so funny. None of the Russell Brand shit, thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude, that's definitely going to be a clip. You kidding me?
Greg Destiny sounds like a cult leader.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he sounds like someone who'll spike your punch.
Oh, yeah, he's not allowed to do kid shows, that guy, for sure.
Brother Greg.
Yeah.
Brother Greg.
Greg Destiny sets private meetings with your wife. And it's like, we need to talk about the future of your family.
You got Kyle Legacy. Kind of sounds like a futuristic detective. That's kind of a cool name, dude.
So somebody said that it was a drag queen name, which I didn't like. Yeah, a drag queen name. Did you get that? Or
I
not?
could see it.
No.
Yeah, I like more what you're saying.
Yeah, like a guy who has to go back in time every episode and fucking save the world.
Oh, that's good.
Kid.
Oh, that's pretty dope. Yeah.
Kyle Legacy.
That would be the theme song?
Yeah. I'm from America. I don't have these cool fucking jingles for things.
Yeah,
like you guys have it at the game, so somebody else will probably have to write it, but it definitely has to say the name in it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, exactly.
And he's like on like a surfboard going.
Oh,
you know what? I'll write.
yeah,
I'll write.
dude.
Going back in time. Nobody can understand him wherever he goes.
Oh, you must.
Are you fucking Manx away? They're like, what is this guy
like a
saying?
dinosaur. What are you doing, a fucking velociraptor? Are you, lad? What's happening?
Are you from the
I shake your
future?
hand, but your arms are too short. What's up?
Are you from the future or just from Liverpool?
Yeah, 2023. Are you from the future? Nope. I'm from Liverpool. Dude, have you had any trouble since last time you were on? Any new arrests? Any new fights? Any new skirmishes?
I haven't been in jail again or nothing like that. I can't even believe this isn't even a joke. This is true. I got kicked out of a Shaggy concert for smoking weed. A Shaggy concert?
Did you?
What?
When they asked if you were smoking weed, did you say?
It wasn't me.
Yeah.
You better believe I did.
Caught me smoking at that concert? It wasn't me.
You were literally like, you're banned from this venue and putting your name on record. What is it? I was like, I'm Mr. Boombastic.
So
Kyle,
you eating all the
Mr.
nachos? It wasn't me.
Literally, I went with my friend in a that's like I thought that was like the Geneva Convention for weed smokers. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's fucking Shaggy. It's massive arena, Luna Park. I was with my friend Jamal. He's like 6'6". We were fucking hammered. Like, we were stoned, hammered. I was going to sit in his shoulders. Would have been fucking nuts. And we're in there, and it's like, and because Shaggy, it's like, we were probably one of the youngest there, really. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like, I was thinking it was going to be all that sort of stuff, but it weren't really. I was like, I feel like I got into Shaggy. That was one of my first concerts when I was like 11. You know what I mean? So even I was young for Shaggy.
Yeah.
So we were like the youngest. We were like, what the fuck? And then we're just smoking. And it's like, we're keeping it low and all that. And then we're just like, then Angel comes on. So we're like, baby girl, my. Like, even Shaggy's like, is that a joint, boys? You know what I mean? Like, everybody can see. And then they just drag us out, like, literally out of nowhere. The security guards, they fucking drag, like, it was crazy. Like, literally, I was like, what the fuck? And then turned around, all the yellow. And then it was like, yeah.
that sucks.
You fuck. They were like, yeah, you get that. So we saw like one song, and then that was it. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, we saw like his opener. I can't remember who the fuck it was. Some other like fucking Jamaican guy or whatever the fuck. But then I found out, Shaggy, he doesn't even sound like that.
What does he sound like?
Mr. Boombastic.
He doesn't sound like that. That's
He's
a
like,
fake accent. The whole
all right,
thing.
well, thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed
Literally,
the...
he just sounds like like a Canadian guy.
Thanks, guys, for coming out. I am Shaggy.
Yeah, literally.
He actually sounds like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Like, hey, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, Scoob. See, that's kind of fucking...
It's wild, and we were like afterwards we were like sat outside smoking. We were in shock still. It wasn't like sort of super bad habit to us, but we just couldn't get our head around it. We were like, were we in the right show? We were like, no, that was Shaggy.
Where was
we
that?
Like,
in Canada?
No, that was in Sydney,
Australia. Okay.
Luna Park. Yeah, so it's like you can't smoke. It is illegal there, but it was indoors. But it's massive. There was a bunch of people, but it was like I think it was like we were the only person smoking in there, so it was obvious.
Funny,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
I'd have been so pissed.
Dude, you go to a concert here, you could go see anybody here in the Garden, and people are smoking right away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
as soon as the show starts, people start smoking.
And it was like not that long ago, so it's like, you know what I mean? Still, I mean, England, it's a bit relaxed on weed, I guess. Well, Australia as well, but it's still, you would think like, let it slide. Security guards.
You could smoke a fucking joint when you're paying to see somebody high on cocaine on stage. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, Shaggy would have been stoned. Oh, that's another thing that I found out. Shaggy doesn't smoke weed. How fucked is that?
How's that even happen?
I know. So maybe Shaggy was like, yo, get these guys out of here.
Dude, that's like finding out.
Contact high. I'm getting a contact high from those two fellas in the front.
Mr. Bombastic, totally fantastic.
Get them out of here.
And I saw me on the counter.
That's so funny.
I get drug tested for my other job.
You're
Dude,
my angel.
Shaggy definitely has another job.
Oh, you better believe it. Yeah.
He drives Uber and shit.
Carolina, jump. We didn't even. I mean, I don't know 4 songs, and I didn't even hear it then.
Oh, that's
So I had half of Angel. That was it.
oh, that's brutal.
What is it? It's Angel, Mr. Boombastic.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't me. I think that's all I know.
That's all
That
I know.
Carolina one, you know that one though.
What's that?
Carolina, jump, I said Carolina, we are.
I don't think that's a song.
Okay, man. I think I just had a stroke.
Anyone who just clicked on is like, I don't even know
Yeah.
what's happening right now.
His accent's even worse when he's doing other accents.
Dude, I got kicked out of a concert in college once because it was such bullshit. Like, I got there drunk, and I was like, I can't drink there. I'm not 21 yet. And a girl that I was with, she was 21, and she was like, oh, you got to try a sip of this beer. It's really good. I think you'd like it. And I was like, I don't know. They're fucking being weird as hell here. She's just like, take a sip. Take a sip. Immediately, they're like, gotta go, dude. I was like, bro, I swear to you, like, I literally just took a sip of the beer. Like, it's not a big deal. And he's like, no. So he's like, escort me out. And I'm like, dude, I'm 19. Like you never drank before you were 21.
You're in college, aren't you? Yeah.
And he's like, no, I never did, man. Never did, dude. I waited till I was 20. I was like, well, that's fucking lame. So they kicked me out. I lived right around the corner. So my old move was I went, I changed, put a hat on, and came back into the concert, and they fucking sniffed it out right away. It was
I
like,
thought you were gonna say you were gonna get away with this.
dude.
Not even close.
I used to get away with it a lot, but that night it must have been fucking Kyle Legacy coming from the future to keep me out of there. Fucking intergalactic detective.
Here he is, somewhere in Pittsburgh.
The lady was just like, no, we just kicked you out. I was like, that was fucking, it wasn't me.
My twit.
And she was like, yes, it was. And I was like, no, it's not. And she's like, well, you didn't even change your pants. And she's like, we know what you look like. And I was like, all right.
Who was it? Out of interest, it was
the band.
Yeah.
It was like a local band, the Clarks.
Okay, so it's like what you need the encouragement.
It was like a $15 ticket. That's why, like, at that time, I was able to just come back in and try to buy a new ticket.
I saw because I studied for a year in shitty Central Connecticut State University in New Britain. In Connecticut, hard hitting New Britain. It was awful. Played D3 basketball, blew up my knee though, but it was sick that I found weed and it was baller. And one of the concerts was J. Cole opened for LMFAO. Like nobody really knew who J. Cole was then. So like all the black people left when J. Cole finished, you know what I mean? And like I had massive crazy hair, even crazier than LMFAO, you know what I mean? Like that was there. So I'm on Christos' shoulders. I'm like that, like just trigger a fucking Four Loko, whatever the fuck. And then they're like, kid with the fro. And then Christos turns me around. As soon as he turns me around, beer can straight in the face. I'm like, put me down straight away. I'm like, I'm gonna live forever. Put me down, Christos, please. Put me down. Just fucked. Just humbled straight away.
Oh, shit.
It's crazy.
Holy shit.
I know.
We did that. I went to a gun. I got free ticket to a Guns N' Roses concert.
Oh, that's good.
And dude, they were fucking awesome. It was kind of like when they like came back, and it's one of those things where like me and my buddy were acting crazy. Same dude that walked around with his dick out at the tailgate. So it kind of explains a lot. We gotta have him on the podcast if he ever comes to town. But he's fucking. like, you know how like you're like being crazy and doing shit and like you keep like one upping each other and escalating, and we're like, yeah, and I'm like shaking a beer and like squirting it on us, like just goofing around, and then finally he's like, fuck yeah, and takes like a full beer and just hurls it like into like the fucking rest of the concert, like, all these people there, and I just like immediately sobered up, and I was like, dude, you're gonna fucking kill someone.
Full beer?
Full fucking
Full beer? Unopened?
Dude, like unopened fucking like,
Oh,
yeah!
that's
And
a
I was like,
rocket,
you're gonna
yeah.
kill somebody. And then he was like, oh shit. I was like, yes, dude, we gotta lay low. So we went out because it was in like the Pittsburgh Steelers stadium. So like, we went out. I was like, let's go fucking piss.
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
hide for a minute. We could, we can miss, 5 of the minutes of November rain.
Exactly,
And,
yeah. That's fucking that's a missile.
dude.
Yeah,
that's a
so
nightmare.
that hitting somebody with you get knocked out easy
Oh
on you.
yeah, dude.
What
We
the
were
fuck?
so
That's
drunk.
why that's why they
And it's
open
like
all the
what
beer
a way
cans.
to go out, death by natty ice. Yeah, you're like, what a bitch.
That's why they open the beer cans for you.
It was
now.
a twisted.
Is it?
Yeah, so you can't like throw them. They open them
that's
for
true.
you. So,
So
when it
we
all
didn't
shakes
do.
out.
You guys haven't figured it out yet, but we figured it out like at music festivals. Why throw booze you've paid for? Just piss in
Oh
cups.
Jesus!
You know what I mean? Well, like, because we
brilliant.
were throwing it first. We're like, we're paying for these beers. Why are we doing this? Then we figured out it was Fall Out Boy 2009. I still remember it like it was yesterday. And at Leeds Festival, and we pissed at it, and it was like a massive field, you know what I mean? Not super busy, like 5 p.m. They were all of a sudden it's Fall Out Boy, but it was like they were getting a bit old then or whatever. So I threw one. No, JJ throws one, hits this guy in the back there, piss. His mate turns around. I throw it straight after. As his mate turns around, we can see them like that. Just hits him, boom, straight in his face, and they're just going nuts. They're like, because you're like. Like that, they're like, oh, what the fuck? Then he realised it's piss.
Yeah.
So crazy, we're on the other side, we're just laughing our ass off. We got no idea. And it was like, you couldn't have read it better. It was perfect shot.
Oh
like,
my God, dude!
Because if you have it in, if it's in the cup, if you throw it properly,
Yeah,
just the
it'll-
weight, it
yeah.
stays there until. Although at the very least, it'll just sprinkle on people on the way. You know what I mean?
And I feel like if you've never drank piss, you still are gonna know what piss.
Oh,
know,
for
you
know
know
I mean,
it's piss.
well, it's lukewarm for
Yeah.
start, yeah. And it's like I was very dehydrated.
I had fucking Brussels sprouts.
Chunky
This
in
was
it,
a
yeah,
nightmare,
exactly.
nightmare for this guy.
God, he ate asparagus before this concert.
Oh, I gotta.
Yeah, we gotta wrap.
Up.
We gotta wrap, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, thank you so much for doing
Yeah,
this.
dude.
Tell the people where they can find you. This will be out next week.
Good fucking meeting
Fuck
you.
yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna
It's
see
good
you
meeting you,
again.
brother.
Riffing hard. When's this come out?
Next Wednesday.
Oh, so you'll miss the Statue of Rifferty, my comedy special. But follow me on LeBron James of Comedy on Instagram, because I'll be posting the one that I'm filming in New York soon. And then I've got videos in there. They come with subtitles, so that's good news for the listeners.
I subtitle the clips. I'm gonna have to subtitle this entire episode.
Well, and fucking yeah, dude, it was really good meeting you and hanging. Dude.
Yeah.
And check out the current special that he has out there on YouTube. What's it
Yeah,
called?
that's called just LeBron James of Comedy. Yeah,
LeBron James of
It's a
Comedy.
crowd work hour I filmed in Sydney. First 2 minutes is basketball, then it's stand up.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Love
that.
Well, give him a follow,
Yeah.
man. It was great meeting you. For me, at Ray Zawodni on all social media, and this coming weekend, Friday and Saturday, I'll be at the Grizzly Pear Comedy Club here in New York City. Also at QED Comedy Club on Saturday. And yeah, follow me there and follow Troublemakers podcast. I'm on here every single fucking Wednesday. Dylan, where can they find you?
Dude. At Dylan Krasinski on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, and then at Troublemakers on all those sites. We post clips every single week, sometimes 3, 4, 5, 6 times a week. Go follow us there, and follow Kyle. We'll see you next week, baby.
Nunes.
Good night.